In our previous video, we have seen how to draw elevation of the given residential building plan. So this was the elevation which we have drafted. Now in this video, we will see how to draw a section. This is the plan and this is the section line AA which is going in this way. So section AA line is intersecting this left wall of the kitchen, partition wall or common wall between kitchen and bedroom 1. Thereafter, the line is shifted backward and now it is passing through the first flight of the staircase, through landing and through the external wall of this staircase. So this way we have to show the details in section. To begin with drawing the section AA, first we have to transfer the vertical distances, that is different levels on right hand side of the elevation. Usually we draw section on right hand side, hence transfer all the important levels that will be visible in section on its right hand side of this elevation. How those will be transferred or extended? This way we have transferred all the levels for the section. Now we will be showing various details connected to the section line cutting the plan. Just observe again which details we have to show in the section. See, this is the section line which is cutting chhajja of this window. Thereafter, thickness of this wall which is cutting this window also. Then this is the complete line which is going. Thereafter, it is cutting this wall. Okay, so cross section of this wall will be visible. Then after going this much distance, this line has got shifted backward and now it is passing through this staircase, that is the first flight of the staircase, this external wall, this landing and external wall of the landing. Okay, so here the cross section through this first flight of the staircase will be visible, cross section of wall will be visible, cross section of landing slab and cross section of this partition wall. All those things would be visible. We have to show these distances and thicknesses in our section. To begin with, first we have to draw the left extreme face of the wall. So here this is going to be the left extreme face of the wall. Thereafter, we will be transferring details one by one on this section. The wall thickness we have to transfer first. So this is the wall thickness which I have taken in the divider. Same thickness I will be transferring it to the section. Thereafter, this much distance is free. Okay, it is in the room. So nothing is being cut with the help of the section line. So this distance will be marked on our section. So first mark the wall thickness, thereafter the width of the kitchen. This is the left extreme face. This is the thickness of the wall. This is going to be width of the kitchen. Thereafter, we have this partition wall which is being cut. So show it here. It is going to be 2 mm on our drawing. We are using this scale for our drafting. It is already a scale which is converted into 1:50 form. So 115, this is 100 and 115. So this would be the thickness of partition wall. Thereafter, we have to show this much distance which is in bedroom 1. So take that distance in the divider and mark it from the right face of the partition wall. So this is the distance which will be marked on the drawing sheet. This is marked in this way. So it is the point at which the section line is shifting. Correct. Here section line is shifting from this particular point to this point on backward side. Okay. After that, when we will stand here, we will be getting this much distance of door which will be visible to us. Take that distance in the divider. And show it in the section. After that, we have beginning of this step 1, right? Riser 1, and it is at what distance? This distance can be taken in divider. Okay, this is the point at which this section line is shifted. So from this particular reference point, we have taken this distance where this first riser is beginning. So here we can mark that distance in section. So this distance is taken from this particular point, and this is the point at which we have the shifting of section line. Okay. The next part is these treads which we have to mark. So take those tread in the divider and thereafter mark it in the section. In this way, take the distance. How many treads we are supposed to show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 9 treads we have to mark in the section. We will begin it from this point. After marking these treads, again we have this external wall and thereafter this much landing. So take again the same thickness of the wall which you have taken before and thereafter landing width. So this is the thickness of the external wall and this is the edge of the landing. This way we have transferred all the important points in the plan where that section line is cutting the elements. Now we will draw vertical lines through these points. Thus we will be drawing all the vertical lines through these points which we have marked. In this way we have shown all the vertical lines passing through the points which we have marked, through which the section line is crossing the elements in the building, in the plan. This is the left wall thickness, this is the partition wall thickness, this is the change in the alignment of the section line, this is the door point, this is the first riser from which the first flight is going to start. These are the treads which we have marked. This is the thickness of the right extreme wall, external wall, and this is the extreme face of the landing. Now observe, this is the left extreme wall of the kitchen which is being cut by the section line, which is nothing but this is the thickness. This is the sectional elevation. Now this width is 230 millimeter. This is 230 millimeter. Now try to identify the levels. This is ground level. This is plinth level. This is going to be sill level. This will be the lintel level. And this is the floor level. And finally, this level will be the parapet top. Accordingly, we have to locate or show the window in this portion. So this is lintel level and this is sill level. Between these two lines, we have to show the window. Let us show it. This will be the window. Thereafter, there will be chhajja projection, which is 450 millimeter beyond the face of the wall. So this chhajja will be also visible. Take this as 0. So this will be 0.45. The thickness on the face of the wall for this chhajja is going to be 100 millimeter. And at the free end, it is going to be 75 millimeter. Thickness of lintel will be 150 millimeter. So this is lintel. Let us show these details. This way we have shown lintel and chhajja. This is the window thickness. Below this portion is wall portion up to plinth, and thereafter we will be having its foundation. Above this, we have this level as floor level. Now, the structure being a frame structure, here we have to show a beam which will be seen here at the slab level, cut by the section line. Let us assume depth of that beam as 300 millimeter. So from the top surface of the floor slab, the depth of beam will be taken 300 millimeter. So this is 300 millimeter depth. Mark the beam bottom. This will be the rectangular beam, right? This is the level of the slab. So thickness will be below this line. Let us assume thickness of the slab as 100 millimeter. In this way, beam and slab we have shown. Above this we have parapet wall. Usually parapet wall is taken 115 millimeter thick. Hence, take the thickness of the parapet wall as 115 millimeter. This is 100 and this is 115. This is the parapet height. In this way, we have shown the things which are being cut by this section line for this wall. Thereafter, from this particular point to this particular point, no element is being cut except the plinth. Okay, hence, if we are standing at this location, we can simply observe this door and this window. Let us show these details in our drawing. We have already marked the partition wall. Okay, so this is the width of the kitchen. Now we will be showing door D2 and the window. D2 is 0.9 meter. This is plinth level. So from this, mark 0.9 meter. The door will be up to lintel level. This is the door. Thus, this is door D2 and this is the portion of the wall, right? So we can take the length of the wall with the help of divider. This is the portion of the wall, and it will be shown here in our section. So this portion is for the door. Okay, after that we have wall. So this is the marking of the wall. Here the length of the window is 1.5 meter from the face of the wall. Let us mark its length. So window will be from this point to this point. Okay, now height of this window. Usually we take height of window as 1.2 meter with sill level as 0.9 meter. But in case of kitchen, sill level of that window will be a little higher than the regular window sill level. So the height of the window is usually taken 0.75 meter. So this is the lintel level, and 0.75 will be up to this point. Hence, this will be the window, and here we will be providing kitchen OTA. That's why sill level of kitchen window is taken little higher than the regular sill level. Thereafter we have this partition wall, and here the alignment of the section line is changing. Hence it will be shown through and through. After that we need to show the door. Here we can observe the alignment of the section line is changed, and from this point again we will start observing this particular face. Therefore, first we will be getting this much portion of door, which we have already marked. So this is that partition wall. This is that line where the alignment of the section is changing, means this line, and thereafter we have shown the door. All right, so up to this level we will be getting door. After that, leave this much portion of wall and start the riser for the first flight. So we have left this much portion of the wall, and from this point the risers for the first flight will start. Now total height of the floor is 3000 millimeter, and number of risers which are planned in this particular drawing is 20 risers. So 3000 millimeter height divided by 20 number of risers gives us height of one riser, which comes out to be 150 millimeter. So we have to mark height of risers on a one particular reference line, and thereafter we will be drawing risers for the other steps. See how it is drawn. Now this is 150 millimeter riser I have taken in the scale, and now this is the plinth level and this is the floor level. Therefore, I have to divide this height into 20 small heights, 20 risers. Let us mark all the risers. So this is the vertical line on which we are marking total 20 risers. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. In this way, mark all the 20 risers on this vertical line. Once we get those marking, we will be drawing horizontal lines through these marking, which will give us tread. After this, we will draw the treads. This is the beginning of the first riser of first flight. So this is the first riser, and tread will be horizontal. So this is the tread. Up to this point, it will be the first tread. Thereafter, the second riser and second tread. This way. In this way, go on marking the risers and treads up to first landing. This way we have marked all the risers and treads for the first flight. Similarly, mark risers and treads for the second flight. Remember, the first riser of the second flight will start from this line. This way we have marked all the horizontal divisions. Now see, this is the mid landing level. Okay, mid landing is at 1.5 meter height from the plinth. So this is 1.5 meter. So this is the top surface of the landing slab. Hence, first show the landing slab. So this is the landing level. Okay, so this is going to be the 10th riser for the first flight. Thereafter, show the all risers for the first flight, starting from this first riser. This way we have marked all the risers. Similarly, mark all risers and tread for the second flight. But remember, those risers and treads will not be visible in our section and should be drawn with hidden line. This way we have shown risers and treads for the second flight also. Now mark the waist slab thickness. Waist slab thickness is assumed to be 100 millimeter. Okay, so waist slab will be parallel to this inclined line, which is joining the bottom of all these corners of this tread. So from that we have to take 100 millimeter distance like this. Okay, and we have to draw the waist slab. So taking line parallel to the corners, we have to draw this waist slab. This is the slab which we have drawn, and this waist slab is further converted into landing slab. So this is the complete slab which is being cut by the section line, hence it will be shown with concrete as a material. But the other flight, that is the second flight, is not cut by the section line, hence it will be shown as a dotted line. This thickness is also 100 millimeter. In this way, we have drawn the section for staircase. This is the edge of the landing slab where we have a wall. Okay, here we have wall on the edge. So that wall will be a partition wall which will be 115 millimeter thick. Hence, show the distance. Okay, now we can make this particular flight fair by showing the concrete portion, and we can remove rest of the construction lines. So this way we have shown the section of the first flight up to the landing level. Now there is a wall which is supporting this landing, which is 230 millimeter thick. It is below the landing slab. Now here at the beginning of the first flight, there will be beam in the plinth. Let us assume size of the beam as 230 millimeter by 300 millimeter. So we can mark that size as depth as 300 millimeter up to this point, and width as 230 millimeter, which is equal to the thickness of the wall. So up to this point, and we can show the beam in the plinth. It is also of concrete. Similar to this beam which is provided as the support for the first flight, similar kind of beam can be provided at the top, but it will be provided somewhere here at the end of the flight, at the end of the landing of this flight. Okay, so alignment of this section line is not permitting us to show that much portion because it will not be visible in that section. Hence we will not show beam here. Okay, now we will be showing railing for this staircase. Let us assume railing height as 1 meter. So 1 meter from the riser, first riser. So this is 1 meter height. Similarly here from the landing top it will be 1 meter. Okay, and thereafter here again it will be 1 meter above the roof slab, and this railing will have its top line parallel to the slope of this flight. So this way we have shown the railing. After this we have to make all the important lines dark and we have to show the staircase tower. Here we can observe staircase tower will be cut in this particular zone of first flight. Okay, so similarly here this is going to be the staircase tower in section. So we have to show thickness of slab which will be cut and headroom of this staircase. There will be an external wall here and this will be the supporting wall for the edge of this staircase tower. Let us show that. So thickness of the staircase tower slab is also taken 100 millimeter. So this is 100 millimeter, and thereafter we will be drawing a line which will indicate the thickness of the slab provided at the top of this staircase room. So this is the thickness which indicates the slab for the staircase room. Okay. Now we will make all object lines dark. Final. We will begin with the partition wall on the edge of the landing slab. Now we will be drawing all horizontal lines. Now we can show the cross sections of various elements which are cut by the section line. This way we have shown all the cross sections, doors and windows. Now the part left is showing the plinth filling and the foundation detail. Here this is being a frame structure. For external walls, beams are provided at ground level, and for intermediate wall the beams are provided at plinth level. Accordingly we will show the details, and separate foundation detail we will show in our drawing sheet. Assume the depth of the beam as 0.3 meter and width as 0.23 meter and show the beam below the ground level. So on this scale, take 0.3 meter distance. Thus, this is 0.3 meter. We will be marking that 0.3 meter here below the ground level like this. And same depth we will be taking here below the partition wall. Width of the beam is equal to width of the wall. Now we will be showing these beams. And width is 230 millimeter, which we already have in terms of thickness of this wall. And below this, simply a break line is shown like this. This indicates there will be foundation below this wall, and these details will be shown separately. Here the wall will be further extended into plinth, and this is going to be the beam, so concrete. Here this is a partition wall which will be supported by RCC beam. Same thing is applicable here. This way we have shown details connected to support system for the wall. Now we will be showing this plinth filling, murum boulder, floor tiles as per our usual convention. This way we have finished with all the details in the section AA. Now the part which is left is only the leveling part. So show ground level as 00, plinth level as plus 600, this sill level as plus 1500, this is the lintel level, thereafter slab level, and this is going to be the height of the parapet wall. Okay, similarly show which room we have shown in this particular section. This is kitchen. Thereafter write down the details for dimension of rise and tread, what is the height of the railing, thereafter width of this landing, this headroom, thickness of the slab. In this way we have to show all the details. This way we have shown all the details, that are labels, then what are the heights, thereafter parapet wall thickness, external wall thickness, height of this elevated sill, thickness of the staircase slab, riser and tread. So also details related to plinth. Flooring 25 thick, PCC 100 thick, and whatever will be the remaining portion, it will be filled with murum and boulder. This is section AA, which is drawn to the scale 1:50. This finishes our section AA. Thank you.